Are closely following developments in Bangladesh. We continue to call for calm and de-escalation. We condemn all recent acts of violence in Bangladesh and reiterate our unwavering support for peaceful assembly. In addition, we remain deeply concerned by reports of ongoing telecommunications disruptions across the country, which limit the ability of people in Bangladesh, including American citizens, to access critical information. We call on the government to restore internet service. We condemn the reported shoot-on-sight orders that have been given and call for those to be rescinded. And of course, I would just as a final thought with respect to the situation, reiterate that media freedom is an essential building block of a thriving democracy. It is essential that journalists in Bangladesh, as is true everywhere in the world, be able to function freely.
One thing is,
With respect to the first question, I wasn't aware of that report, so I'm reluctant to comment on it, as always the case when I don't have perfect information here. But when it comes to the government in Bangladesh, it's a government with which we've worked on a number of issues, but we also make clear when we have concerns, as I believe I just did. Because with respect to the underlying quota system and whether it goes forward, whether it's rescinded, that's an internal matter for Bangladesh to decide. Where we feel the need to speak out is on acts of violence, on the shutdown of the internet, and other things that impact fundamental human rights, human dignity, human freedoms.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The current situation in Bangladesh, is the military taking over the power now? What do you have comment on that? I think military is taking over.
I just don't have an assessment on that. We condemn all acts of violence, and we condemn acts of violence no matter who they are perpetrated by or perpetrated against. And so, of course, we stand with the Bangladeshi people. We support freedom of assembly. We support peaceful protests. But when it comes to acts of violence, whether they be committed by people conducting protests or by government authorities, we condemn them in all instances.
Okay, Bob.
To make our concerns clear, and we will continue to speak with our partners in the international community about concerns that we have. But when it comes to, it's not so much the premises of your question, but as somewhat a point that you raised, as opposed to alternative leadership in Bangladesh, that ultimately is a question for the Bangladeshi people, not the United States of America. Go ahead.